When I was just a wee lad, I remember being at my dad's house before he went to the gas station to get milk and cigarettes, and I turned on his PlayStation 1 to play the only game that he had, which was a game where everyone pummeled each other and there was a weird dude with a lion head and some undead looking samurai. This game was none other than Tekken 3. And from this point, I would be absolutely hooked on the Tekken fighting series and would go on to own every Tekken after that, even though I didn't really learn to play Tekken until Tekken 7 and would pretty much mash on the controller like a Neanderthal. With gameplay aside, I probably fall in the small category of people who love Tekken for the story, even though at times it can be confusing. And with Tekken 8 finally here, not only do I finally get to experience the end of the Mishima feud, but I also get to experience the feeling of unlocking all 47 achievements from my first ever Tekken game. If you're not familiar with Tekken's story, I've got you covered with a very quick recap. Basically, this is the Mishima family. Heihachi and Kazumi are Kazuya's parents, and Kazuya and Jun are Jin's parents. Kazumi cursed the bloodline with a devil gene that literally gives Kazuya and Jin devil powers, and also forced Heihachi to kill Kazumi when her devil gene tried to kill him, and Heihachi tossed young Kazuya off a cliff because he had the devil gene, which Kazuya survived due to the devil gene. Kazuya loves his devil powers and wants to conquer the world, while Jin wants to destroy the devil gene and literally started World War III trying to destroy it. Kazuya killed Heihachi in Tekken 7 and is now in control of the most powerful company and military in the world. Great, now that we're all caught up, let's get into it. Naturally, we are starting out with the story and its related achievements. Being a seasoned Tekken player, of course I am doing this on the hardest difficulty. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in my battle skills, although the demotion I just faced in ranked would say otherwise. I'm so excited, dude. Tekken 8 begins with the world engaged in World War III, largely due to Jin when he was head of the Mishima Zaibatsu, and now continued by Kazuya. We are thrown right into a scene with Jin speeding to confront Kazuya for what appears to be a final showdown, and let me tell you, they really went hard with this intro. The outrageousness of this scene right now, it's over the top and I love it. Drives up the side of a building and throws the motorcycle. After the greatest anime intro, Kazuya and Jin come face to face, with Kazuya basically scoffing at Jin for trying to stop him, when Jin was the one who started all this in the first place. Or, you know, he just has no interest in fighting his own son. Naturally, it's now time to face Kazuya. As a Tekken veteran and Jin main, this fight was in the bag. Alright, I'm a Jin main, I got this. Oh, and it gave me the combo. Oh, nope. Oh, not my computer struggling. Jin gains the upper hand on Kazuya, and although he is trying to stop Kazuya because he's killing innocent people, he then sends Kazuya through what is probably an occupied building. Good job. As the fight progresses and the scales tip in favor of Kazuya, Jin loses control of his devil form, which only angers Kazuya, and he bodies Jin with a ×10 Kamehameha. That also wipes out 2 blocks of civilians. Good going, Jin. Really doing a bang-up job of saving people. Jin is on the brink of death and rejects his devil form from saving him, and just before he loses consciousness, drowns, or both, I'm not sure which one it is, he has a brief but important memory of his mother June talking about the purpose of the Kazuma-style karate she taught him. Kazuya then announces a new King of Iron Fist tournament, but instead of the company as a reward for winning, the losers will have their countries destroyed with only the winners allowed to survive. I'm not even sure why we would see anybody compete in this tournament, but of course we see many of the familiar fighters excited for a new tournament. Come humanity, unleash the dogs of war. We then cut forward some time to the Avengers flying base, who are led by Lars, to find Jin is recovering from his fight with Kazuya. What I find slightly ironic about the rebel forces working with Jin is that before this, everyone was basically trying to kill Jin, but seeing as he is the only one who can stop Kazuya, they side with him. It's like siding with Thanos even after he snapped your whole family. Lars and Jin then spar to help Jin loosen up, because there's no better way to help a recovering man than beating him up some more. That beat goes hard. Okay. Can I get my down 2? It's not giving me down 2. And it is during this fight Jin realizes he has lost some of his abilities, and realizes that Kazuya bodied him so hard his devil form is too scared to come out. After some encouraging words from a robot who makes me feel things I shouldn't, I hate how unbelievably cute they made her in this game. Jin then decides to join the tournament to not only get another chance at Kazuya, but hopefully regain his power. On his way into the tournament, we encounter the newest and most mysterious character in the game, Reina, who Jin completely blows off. He's so rude, dude. Just straight up ignores her. We then cut to the arena where, oddly enough, people are cheering for the fighters, even though when someone loses, millions of people will die. There's something seriously wrong with these people. Jin and Reina come face to face in the arena, and after beating her one time, she reveals some details about herself. Oh, no way. Not the Sorya. Not only did she bear resemblance to Heihachi, but she is also a user of the Mishima style karate, which is only known and used by those of the Mishima bloodline. After another round with Reina, she strikes a critical blow on Jin, which temporarily awakens his devil form. Seeing this, Reina then waves the white flag because her only goal is to learn more about what awakens the devil gene. Foreshadowing. Immediately after the fight with Reina, we move on to the next round, which now sees Jin fighting his rival and my least favorite character, Hwoarang. For all the Hwoarang mains in this game, you know why you're not liked, but I can't lie. He looks great. Dude, he's so ripped. This would be one of the first difficult fights of the game. Not only does Jin have a limited moveset that I'm not accustomed to, but the AI seems to read your input and know exactly what you are going to do. I'm gonna have to redo this fight. There's no way I win this right now. Yeah, dead. Yeah, he hit me with the low, dog. The fight with Hwoarang sees another moment of awakening for the Devil Gene, and because we are the star child of this game, we win the fight, advancing Jin to the finals in Italy. On the way out, Reina joins up with the rebel forces, while also revealing where she learned the Mishima style from. Back on board the Avengers Fortress, Leo and his father come aboard, and for some reason, Leo wants the smoke. But the real reason for Leo and his father coming was to reveal information about the Devil Gene. Leo's father reveals that Jin was correct in assuming Azazel was the source of the Devil Gene power, and would create servants by granting them the Devil Gene, which his servants could access through the emotion of desire. This is what fuels Kazuya's devil, and why Jin no longer has his devil, since Kazuya bodied him so hard, he no longer has a desire. Leo then points out in the most awkwardest of ways that he didn't sense desire in Jin's fist, cause I guess that's just how fists work in this game. They're all just looking at him like, cool, man. After Leo giving me secondhand embarrassment, we finally move on to the finals in Italy, which has to be one of my favorite moments of the story mode. Not only does everyone in the finals get a sick intro that the Tekken announcer absolutely kills, bracket.
Will and a body of iron. This powerful pro wrestler takes his opponent's attacks and returns them with interest.
It's a nice way of saying he does nothing but grabs. But in this chapter, you actually get to pick your fighter, which is a nice change up from the other Tekken campaigns where you are forced to play as a character. As cool as this is, it would really turn out to be a struggle because I've not played any other character besides Jin since the early days of Tekken 7. After numerous fights, we get to what is objectively the best moment in the game while facing Leroy. If you are new to the Tekken series, Leroy was the first new character introduced to Tekken in Tekken 7, but he was only added as a DLC character, albeit a broken character that had the competitive community in shambles. Seriously, it was an awful time that really left a bad taste in people's mouth when it comes to Leroy. But he had no tie into the main story. However, they did the unthinkable with this character and actually made him play a huge role in the story that honestly made me respect and even want to play Leroy. During the fight with Leroy, he helps Jin realize he fears his own power because once again, Jin's fist told him. His fists have really got a lot to say. And during this fight, Jin lets go of his fear and defeats Leroy. Following the fight, Kazuya then has another villain monologue and the crowd is glowing with a purple aura. I guess this is to show that humanity is falling to the chaos Kazuya is bringing. Leroy has one last epic moment before Lars storms the arena with his rebel forces and the UN forces. Zafina and Claudio also make an appearance because Zafina had a premonition about some cataclysmic event that would happen here, and this is where everything falls apart. Zafina has Azazel sealed in her left arm, who, as I've mentioned, is the originator of the Devil Gene. Kazuya was actually expecting her to come to the arena and now takes this opportunity to free Azazel from her seal, which also kills her? No way, they kill Zafina. With Azazel free, now we see just how badass Kazuya really is. Azazel thinks Kazuya has freed him so that he can rule again with Kazuya as his servant, but Kazuya says Uno reverse and tells Azazel he plans to control him instead. We then face Azazel as Kazuya, and of course, playing as the coolest Mishima, there was only one way to defeat Azazel. Perfect. That is a strat. That is an actual strat. Kazuya defeats Azazel and absorbs him to become the literal devil and even more badass. Before Zafina died, she told Jin to go back to where it all started. So instead of staying to fight Kazuya, he leaves to find the location and leaves these complete normies to fight the devil. Literally, the only person who stands a chance in this fight is Claudio. What are they gonna do, honestly? You just watched him defeat a god. The group of normies begin fighting Kazuya to give Claudio enough time to use one of his abilities, which then sees us take on Kazuya mono as Reina. Reina is supposed to be the replacement for Heihachi, and while she certainly plays aggressive like him, she plays nothing like him, and I'm also not familiar with her, which made this next part pretty challenging. Yo, that's cheap! Can we try again? Yeah, please. Oh my god! All right, with the armors, everything's in armor. Oh my gosh. Reina's fight bought Claudio enough time to enact his plan, which was to use the Star of Zephylos on Kazuya that actually kills Claudio by using it. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's so sick. Kazuya manages to avoid it at first, but Claudio redirects it just before he's vaporized. Claudio's sacrifice wasn't enough to stop Kazuya, but it did buy the group some time and force Kazuya to retreat. Completing this chapter earns the achievement, You Aren't Alone Anymore. We then cut over to Jin and Zayu on Yukishima Island, where the two spar because somehow this will help Jin figure out what to do. This right here, this is the most broken stance in the game. Following the fight, Jin falls unconscious after hearing Jude's voice singing a lullaby. We then cut to the rebel forces charging into battle to face Kazuya's army. This next sequence revives the old Tekken forces and Devil Within style, where you fight enemies in more of a free roam and has you take control of various fighters to take down the bad guys. It's actually pretty cool. I was never good at these modes, so this next part was actually pretty challenging. Oh! The battle rages on, and we then have some one-on-one battles with the main cast of Tekken, like Paul and Law. Law is actually fighting for the bad guys because Paul spent the tournament money.
What are you talking about?
You promised we'd split the tournament prize, remember?
This scene doesn't make any sense. Paul never won the tournament, and they never agreed to split the money. We also have a fight between the newest addition to Tekken, Victor, the leader of the UN forces, and Dragunov, who apparently have some beef. Victor is victorious and then goes to finish the job, but Dragunov manages to escape. Was he even trying to hit him? Leroy and Fang then face off.
Dude! What the fuck?
With Leroy the victorious fighter. And the newest Jack drops into the fight, who the actual robot girl possessing superhuman strength and chainsaws was unable to defeat, but a few hits from these two did. Kazuya arrives at the battlefield and begins blasting everyone, even his army. Reina, being just as insane as Heihachi, jumps into one of his energy blasts to try and activate her devil gene. This whole time, what if she's been trying to get herself killed? She really doesn't have a devil gene in her. Kazuya goes after the still unconscious Jin, and Lars shows up just in time to stop him. Back in the early days of Tekken 7, I was actually a Lars main, but that was years ago. And while that does give me some idea of how to use him, it still would not be enough for a fight with true Devil Kazuya. Yep. Oh, I'm so dead here. Can we just start over? Sick. He's getting back up. He ain't done. He did. Wait, how come Claudio got completely vaporized, but he's okay? We then join Jin with his struggling mental health, where he now faces his own devil in a series of battles. During these battles, Jin learns to accept the sins of his past and live with them rather than deny them, and also learns that his own devil has only been trying to protect him. Through the acceptance of his past, his sins, and his devil gene, Jin gains control of the devil and gains a new devil form. Well, more like half devil, half angel. So sick. I'll live on together with my sins. I also want to take a quick moment to point out that June is not present in any of these scenes, even though we hear her voice. However, during the final battle, you can actually see her wandering around in the background, so I guess that means she's alive? Jin returns just in time to save Lars, and after a heartfelt moment with friends, Jin goes to face Kazuya, and the Battle of the Gods finally begins. No, wait, can I just keep spamming this? No, wait, for real. No! Jin actually gains the upper hand, but Kazuya transforms into a Dragon Ball Z character. Is that Frieza? Jin attempts to stop Kazuya's spirit bomb, but is not strong enough, and just as it seems all hope is lost, he has an interaction with June, where she reminds him that the Kazuma's power is to cleanse evil. This fully awakens Jin's cleansing power, transforming him into Angel Jin. I gotta be honest, this whole evil versus good battle with it being a literal devil and the angel is kind of cheesy, but I am so here for it. With his new strength, he is able to redirect the spirit bomb away from the island, but the explosion sends a piece of rubble with Jin and Kazuya into space, where they will have their legendary battle. This is probably a good thing because these two would level cities if they fought on Earth. This is where we're gonna get the best soundtrack of this game right here. Something I haven't mentioned is just how great the soundtrack is in this game. It's not on Doom Eternal's level, which basically gave us a free game with a $60 soundtrack, but some of these stage soundtracks go so unbelievably hard. Like the stage here for Into the Stratosphere. Or if you're more of a jazzy epic sax guy type of person, and they even have something for the more classical folks. These tracks are so good. I've honestly added them to my Spotify playlist, which also happens to be my like songs that I just press shuffle on until I find something I like. As excited as I was to reach this battle, I couldn't help being filled with an intense sense of dread, because I've fought True Devil Kazuya multiple times at this point, and all this dude does is armor and throw ranged attacks. Did I also mention you aren't given a moves list? I don't. I just figure it out on your own, I guess. He just keeps armoring! Bitch, grab me out of the sky! I'm dead. That's it. I'm dead. Again. Finally. Oh no. Of course it's a part 2. I'm dead. Am I starting all over again? Oh, no way. Got him. There we go. The first 2 fights were already hard enough, but the third fight in this sequence would prove to be even worse. Not only does Kazuya get even more aggressive, but he also plays like the main man Squeeze on the sticks, and he regenerates health numerous times. I'm dead, and I'm starting all over from the beginning, aren't I? It's all the way over from the beginning, isn't it? Oh my goodness, please don't tell me it's all... Okay, thank goodness. Can we start all over? I forgot to block. This dude. Oh my goodness. Can you stop? Yo, when I want to go high, he's low. When I want to hell sweep, he's down there. I pressed. Oh, that better be the end. Oh my goodness, I'm dead. Oh, I got it. I actually got it. Finally defeating Kazuya, Jin attempts to cleanse his power, which fails, but when the two connect fists again, they essentially cancel each other out. Props to the cameraman, by the way, for capturing this footage. Jin and Kazuya both lose their abilities and are now mere mortals. This was a heartbreaking moment because it means this is the last game we will get to see Devil Jin. However, even without the Devil Gene, Kazuya is not ready to give up and basically tells Jin, even though you're my son, I'm still gonna kill you. Again, what did June see in this dude? The two once again face off, but this time it's a bare knuckle brawl. No devil gimmicks. After defeating Kazuya once, it seems like Jin has the upper hand, but Kazuya turns the tide with the classic down forward 2 that knocks Jin unconscious for a moment, but he still picks himself back up. And Kazuya shows what might be some character development and smirks when Jin gets back up, almost as if he's happy to see his own son fighting this hard. The next fight sees Jin return to using the Mishima style karate, which I was surprised to see. Oh! Got the Mishima style. And I lost a few times because I was way too happy to have an actual electric. Jin changes stance again and now uses what I think is the true Kazuma style. I don't know, it's hard to keep up. And this form is pretty overpowered with it extending combo finishers, and you can pretty much hold back to parry Kazuya. Regardless of all the buffs, Jin still gets pummeled, literally. Oh, he's getting his pushed in right now. What I find interesting about this scene is that Kazuya seems to hesitate before dealing the final blow, which could mean without the devil gene, he's actually regaining some of his humanity and doesn't want to kill his own son. And maybe this is how it's been all along, since he didn't even have an interest in fighting Jin in the game's opening scene. And we don't actually see if he actually hit Jin, so it could be that he punched the rock and Jin simply collapsed from exhaustion. Because Jin is a masochist, he still gets back up, which resumes the fight. And during this fight, Kazuya also has a voice line that does allude to the fact that not only is he frustrated, but he has no interest in killing Jin. This fight finally sees Jin have his cliche anime protagonist awakening and eventually comes out victorious. Kazuya is finally defeated and Jin gets his happy ending. Not that one. With Kazuya not only defeated, but the devil gene cleansed from both of them means he can finally pursue his love interest, Zhao Yu. Aww, look, they can finally go on dates. They gonna make babies. This ending also shows us some feet next to Kazuya, which I can only assume is June. And of course, what we've all been suspecting is finally revealed. Oh, bro, that's sick. Hope. I have a headcanon / theory that I want to share about Tekken's story. We all joke about what did June see in Kazuya, and while it's easy to joke that she just thought she could fix him, I genuinely believe that much like how the Hachijos who worshipped Azazel had sent Kazumi to kill Heihachi, but instead she fell in love with him and they had Kazuya, who she passed the devil gene to, I think that June was sent by the Kazuma clan to cleanse Kazuya. However, as we know, she would instead fall in love with him, but it doesn't make sense that knowing he had the devil gene, she would willingly have a child with him. My theory is that June realized she was not strong enough, and so she would have Jin, who would be in possession of the Kazuma's cleansing powers and the devil gene, which would make him strong enough to defeat Kazuya. That's just my theory. Feel free to poke holes in it. I wish we were done with the campaign, but there is a secret achievement for achieving an alternate ending in the final chapter where Kazuya is victorious instead. I went into this without a guide because I believed my 2 brain cells could figure this out. Do I have to get up, or can I just stay down? Oh yeah, look at that. It does end. It does.
You lose.
Oh, really? Bro, I did not look up how to actually go through this fight and get the Kazuya ending. I'm guessing here. And this is a horrible learning experience. I'm not going to press a button. What's going to happen? No, I will deny my comrades and our bonds. So what happens if I lose here? I'm just going to let him kick my butt and see what happens. But the song of good or evil. Oh. This song's a bop though. So remember, no surrender, my divine. Okay, what is the secret here, man? Oh, that's not over. What if I lose here? But they're not like dead, right? They just knock each other out at each ending. I don't think they actually kill each other. It's not like the other games where they're tossing each other. Oh, he's tossing him in the volcano, bro. What's with these dudes throwing each other off the cliff, bro? Not the smile, not the Tekken 3 smile, bro. That's just crazy because like Jin ending, he just like walks away and leaves him there, and then it looks like June shows up at the end. This dude's like, nah, you're dead, bro. You're going in the volcano with Heihachi. But why is she like full devil? Despair. That finally wraps up the main story achievements, but like every Tekken, there's still more story to experience with character episodes that we need to complete a total of 10 for 2 achievements. These character episodes allow you to play through the story of whatever character you choose and experience their endings that are often pretty silly or downright sad. None of these endings are actually canon to the story. We won't be going through all the stories that I chose to complete, but there are a few honorable mentions. Like Reina's ending, where she imagines that after winning the tournament, she uses Kazuya as her human punching bag. Or Kuma's ending, where he tries to propose to Panda in space, but this is Kuma we are talking about, so nothing ever goes right. Then there's Kazuya's ending, where he's pretty much on an episode of MTV's Cribs and shows he's not entirely evil when he talks about why he loves June, but just after shows off his diabolical drip. And finally, June's ending, which shows her cleanse both Kazuya and Jin and reunite her family. Unfortunately, that's just a dream. This should be fun. Finished 5 character episode stories. Power isn't everything. Finish 10 character episodes. All we have left now are the miscellaneous achievements, and most of them are fairly easy, but some are time consuming, like the arcade quest achievements. Oh, I gotta go sit through arcade quest. Here it is. It's gonna be like, don't be a douchebag online. Be respectful. Everybody's just trying to get better. But like, it's kind of hard to be respectful when I'm just dealing with somebody who's mashing buttons online. Like, you better believe I might just key charge on them. Arcade quest is an all new mode in Tekken 8 where I can live out my fantasy of rising through the ranks to compete in and win the Tekken World Tournament, which will never happen because I'm a hard stuck mighty ruler. With arcade quests, you start out as a new player who is new to Tekken and the competitive world. If you're a new player to Tekken, the arcade quest is actually a great place to understand and practice both legacy and new features to Tekken, like the newly added easy button for people who can't be bothered to get good at the game. Just kidding, there's nothing wrong if you use this. And you can also unlock customizations for your avatar by fighting certain NPCs. At each arcade you compete in, you have to achieve a certain rank in order to compete in the arcade's tournament. There's a total of 5 areas to complete for the arcade quest, with only 3 of them having tournaments and achievements, such as the first arcade, the Kobushi arcade, Koboyushi. I don't know. I give up. And finally, the Tekken World Tournament, which also features Harada. There's also quite a few achievements for completing very trivial tasks or trying out new features in Tekken, such as the new match replay system that actually teaches you how to properly fight certain opponents and allows you to take control of your character to practice the punishments. Seriously, if you're struggling with a matchup, this is the best way to learn and not end up like me. Damn it, dude. This is exactly how I lost this round. Customizing your character. It's ripped Luffy, bro. You're in for it now. Completing arcade battle, winning a player match, and group match. Our next achievements are for fighting ghosts, and I'm not talking about the ghosts of your past. Tekken 8 has a new feature called Ghosts that, to put it simply, are just NPCs trained on fighters' data, so they will mimic a real player. Defeating 10 of these ghosts rewards you with the Initiated Analysis achievement. The next achievement is for defeating the strongest ghost available, which is a Fang player and is Harada himself, which means we're in for quite the fight. Just kidding, he plays like he did at Evo. And finally, fighting against your own ghost, who will actually learn from you as the fight goes on, gives the achievement, The Fist Reveal the Fighter. Oh. Wow, I must really suck. The Fist Reveal the Fighter. Yeah, revealed that I suck. With the story and offline achievements complete, it's now time to conquer the online achievements. Some of these achievements can be completed in an offline mode, but I completed them in online, so I'm going to include them here. Tekken 8 brings some new features to this game, such as new stage interactions like floor blasts and wall blasts that will launch your opponent, recoverable health, and the new heat system. The heat system is similar to being in Rage when your character's health is low. However, unlike Rage, which only activates when your health is low, heat can be activated anytime through certain moves that are heat engagers or manually with input commands, but only lasts until the meter runs out. Heat also gives your character access to new moves such as Jin's Omen Stance. While in heat, you'll also deal chip damage to your opponent if they are blocking your attacks. And you guessed it, using these features are all tied to achievements. By far, the most fun online achievements were the online rank, combo damage, and ways you can win a match. Tekken 8's rank system has changed dramatically from the previous game. Not only are there fewer ranks in the game, but you also don't lose points until you leave the green ranks. So as long as you can win a little more than 50% of your matches, reaching the rank of Vanquisher, which is the final rank with an achievement, should not be too much of a challenge. Being a die-hard Tekken fan, I played this game on its release date and immediately hopped into rank mode. I didn't even bother warming up or learning new combos. I just raw dogged ranked because there's no better way. This is why I have 2 kids and we'll probably end up with 4. Is this music? There's no way.
Round 1. Fight.
That's crazy? Got promoted to brawler. Deal 2,000 damage in practice. Oh, this counts as practice mode. What? Okay.
Final round. Fight.
Nice job. Nice. Took me off my 6-win streak and my promotion. Run that back. Got it in the end. 6 seconds to spare. Dominator.
Round
For the promo. For the promo. Oh. Nice. I'm dead here.
Final round. Fight.
Oh, for the promo. There's no way you can stop me. Promoted to Vanquisher. Combo damage was the next challenging achievement because, like I said, I didn't bother to learn anything new. I was simply too excited to be playing this game. Even though I main Jin in Tekken 7 and could easily do a 70 damage combo in Tekken 7, like most characters, the combos had changed and the moves to launch your opponent had also slightly changed. So I was actually going to have to learn to play Jin properly to get this achievement. And this is where I also ended up accidentally unlocking achievements while I wasn't recording. My bad, I know. But these were very easy achievements that really don't require an explanation.
Fight.
The next two achievements are for the ways in which you can win a game in Tekken, perfect or great. A perfect victory is one in which you win a round without your opponent dealing any damage to you. This can normally require some precision and game knowledge to prevent your opponent from dealing any damage to you, but the name of the game in Tekken 8 is aggression, so if you are aggressive enough to your opponent, you can easily get this done. It also helps if you're playing on day one and your opponent doesn't know the matchup. A great victory is basically blue balling your opponent and is achieved when you win a round when you are one shot. I'm not gonna lie. 90% of my great victories come from panic mashing the buttons and hoping I chose right or press first. The final achievement is for performing 20 devilish hits in Tekken Ball. Tekken Ball is a new mode where you basically play volleyball, but with your fists. At its core, it's pretty simple, but I was too lazy to take the time to understand how to properly play this mode or learn what a devilish hit was. And even at the time of making this video, I still don't know what it is. All I knew was hits ball hard, enemy take damage, me win. Although that would be easier said than done because it was near impossible for me to find a match. Oh my lord. It's only been like 30 minutes. I don't even know what I'm doing with this. What even counts as a devilish hit? Oh goodness. Oh lord. What? No way, bro. What? Oh, got him. I don't even know what I did, but got him. Here, what is... I don't understand this game. Just keep it. Oh. A fight is about to unlock all achievements. There it is. All right, now let's win this for the video. Dude, you ruined my content. No, I'm just kidding. Completing every achievement also rewards you with a fight is about survival for completing all of the game's achievements. The achievements for this game are all fairly easy and was by far the easiest achievements I have done and had actually completed them in just a little over a week. Not that Tekken is known for having difficult achievements, but I wish it did. Even with the achievements being easy, I still absolutely loved this game, and with the conclusion of the Mishima conflict and the new features, the future of Tekken is looking bright, and I can't wait for the next iteration of this game in 10 years.